kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to ECR. Tonight, the drivers of the Boughton Enterprises LLC NextGen League are going to pay tribute to Kyle Busch at Chicagoland Speedway for the Rowdy Memorial 234. 234 laps definitely plays a significant part in that driver's life, as that is the number of wins he has across all three national series. But with that, I'm Mike Timoni up in the booth. Joined with me, as always, is Joe Manella. Joe, man, how's it going?
Not too bad, Mike. excited to be here at Chicagoland Speedway, another awesome track to be on, to spectate, and to be up in the booth and broadcast. It's a very momentous event for the guys here at ECR as they pay a tribute to the late great Kyle Busch, and it's a wonderful thing that they're running the amount of laps is the amount of wins that he has across all three series. Kyle Busch with a amazing career spanning over the course of 3 decades, and very unfortunate that he passed a few weeks ago, but guys at ECR and the rest of the iRacing and NASCAR community will not let his legacy die, and I'm so thankful and glad to be a part of this.
Yeah, definitely. Got some news about a penalty that happened last week, which kind of changed the way this eliminator is handled here right now. The Humanities 101 Foundation 2026 ECR In-Season Eliminator Challenge. Last week we saw John Osborne beat Tristan Bailey, but with the bumping and stuff, they threw out a penalty, and John Osborne was thereby eliminated. Tristan Bailey also got a penalty, but was not eliminated for the moment. So Tristan Bailey, Doug Denise, Adam Boughton, Chris Howell, Kent Mueller, Anthony Ludi, and Tyler Burden are going to be the drivers that take part as qualifying has just wrapped up and they get ready to get on the grid. What do you kind of expect here tonight, Joe, with this being such a long race?
So I expect to see a lot of patient driving. I definitely expect to see a lot of these drivers conserving their tires as well as their fuel. And I think as we start to get later on in the run, 80 laps to go or so, maybe even a little less than that, maybe about 50, I think we'll start to see some aggressive moves. Drivers trying to get that track position in case we get some late race cautions.
Yeah, definitely. These guys get set to go here. Looks like we're waiting on a couple drivers still. We'll I think we got 21 set to take part here tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, Tristan Bailey did start on the pole, but I believe he's going to have to come down and serve or can get an EOL at the start of the race. So he'll be scored with a pole, but he's probably going to have to go to the back of the line here once we get rolling.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate for the number 9, but, league has the overall say-so, so.
Yep, Tristan Bailey, Adam Boughton, they're going to start on row 1. Anthony Ludi, Christopher Howell in row 2. Row 3, Doug Denise and Evan Marlowe. Randy Meeks and Aaron Miller are going to make up row 4. Row 5, Ryan McCall and Dwayne Furtick. P11, Michael Carter with Kent Mueller. Gary Nash and Ethan Brooks make up row 7. P15, Tyler Burden, last week's winner, and Douglas King. Robert Roth and Christopher Roth make up row 9. Row 10, Eric Maggette and John Osborne. And Pete Walsh is going to start shotgun on the field. But with that being said, Bailey goes to the back. Osborne also starting back there as well. Boughton and Ludi going to lead them on to the front stretch. Green flag's going to be out momentarily here as we get ready to get this thing started for the Rowdy Memorial 234 from Chicagoland. Ludi got a good run there, coming out all the way to the high side, trying to get that momentum as they head down the backstretch. Christopher Howell already going up into second. Boughton a little bit loose there, almost gets into the 1 as the 1 rides the wall now.
There we go.
Christopher Howell goes up to the wall, takes the lead as they move through the corner. Looks like Evan Marlowe is going to make that bottom line work. Slides up behind Howell. Howell goes down.
Don't underestimate that that bottom line here at Chicagoland. Is if you can get your entry right, it is really fast down there.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race right there, 30.65 for Howell. Evan Marlowe, though, going to battle on that high side, going to try and take the lead as they head.
Yeah, I can't really blame Marlowe there. You know, we're still early in the race. However, track position plays a big important factor as far as aerodynamics are concerned and getting stuck in dirty air. So if you can get out in front and get far enough out in front and be able to maintain that, that's kind of where I want to be if I'm Evan Marlowe.
Yeah, I definitely want to get that momentum, stay there, and try and just manage the ground there. As we look back through the field, looks like that was Tyler Burton that ran the fastest lap of the race there with a 30.64, trying to move through traffic, already up 7 positions from where he qualified. He's got that CarQuest 06 on the move on that high line, going by Denise in that 40 Snickers machine.
Yeah, 3 wide right there with the 51, the 40, and the 6. Almost went 4 wide with the number 20 of Randy Meeks almost getting sucked in and going 4 wide. But a lot of action so far this early in the race. I'm surprised.
Yeah, Tyler Burton didn't throw down the qualifying lap that he wanted, and he is a man on a mission, already up 10 spots. You see him right now battling with Christopher Howell. Howell was up on the lead, lost quite a few positions, but now he is trying to get it back momentarily.
They're 3 wide down the back stretch for Tyler Burton, Adam Boughton, and the number 6 car. Oh, well, I already said Tyler Burton. I forgot who that was.
Christopher Howell.
Howell. Yeah, it was Howell. I thought it was Howell. Yeah. A lot of drivers here tonight are sporting some Kyle Busch paint schemes. Some of them are sporting some paint schemes that have Kyle Busch tributes on them. So you will be seeing a lot of Kyle Busch tonight for sure.
Yeah, definitely one that is kind of cool here. See if we can zoom in here. Is this number 20 machine, got the memorial sticker on the hood, and then has a mix of all sorts of schemes there as you go down the side of that machine.
Yeah, I would almost put that in the running for the best paint scheme of the night.
Yeah, and then you have lots of other drivers. You have the Anthony Ludi sporting that extra. You got the tribute to vets there in the 94 Toyota. Tristan Bailey making some moves here as well. Got that NOS machine working the bottom. Definitely has a fast ride there.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody ran some of his most recent paint schemes, like the Rebel Bourbon or the Zone car, but I could see why they didn't. Oh, we got one getting loose off of 4.
I saw. Oh, yeah,
I don't exactly know who that was, but I saw him spinning out.
Looks like Maggotti's having some issues there. Gary Nash is towards the back now, as is Douglas King.
Tyler Burton, a man on a mission right now, up 13 spots from where he started. So the 2 of the Aeons guys running 1 and 2 right now. The only one that they're missing right now is Tristan Bailey and Ryan McCall.
Yeah, and Tristan Bailey's working his way through the field. He is now in 10th after starting at the back of the pack.
I mean, let's be honest. Do we expect anything less from Tristan Bailey? I mean, he just comes out here and does what Tristan Bailey does every race.
Yeah, no, especially with the speed he's shown. You know, putting that thing on the pole. Go back up front. Take a look here. Evan Marlowe. It's kind of cruising out here.
Yeah, so it's so much. It doesn't take much effort to run when you're up front. Obviously, you keep an eye on the guys in your review, but with Tyler Burton being his teammate, he doesn't have much to worry about as far as aggressive driving. Now, I'm pretty sure they're in race chat and they're talking to each other and strategizing, and doesn't look like Tyler Burton's looking to make a move anytime soon, but they are pulling away from the rest of the pack. They're just under a second away from the third place car of Randy Meeks.
So they're definitely have some momentum here. See what else we got. What we got on Dwayne Furtick. Dwayne Furtick running the Skittles Heat scheme. I'm pretty sure I have most of those schemes in my display case up on my wall.
Yeah, I need to get up on my diecast game, man. I really love them, but I can't justify spending, you know, 75. I mean, because I'm just getting started, right? And wanting to like go out and buy a whole bunch of them. I'm going to spend like, geez, $1,000 just to try and get something that even looks remotely good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right now, especially Kyle Busch's. Yeah, they're insane. No, when I first started, I joined a couple Facebook groups, and they had some raffles going on, and $10 a spot, and you get a chance to win one. And
yeah,
that was the easiest way to get it when I started. But now I've got 150 of them. So
wow. Yeah, I think another one that some people might overlook is thrift stores. Thrift stores have some good stuff.
People don't know what they're giving away there.
Nope.
Here comes Tristan Bailey catching this group here. Ryan McCall up on the outside. Ludi and Adam Boughton there trying to maintain their spots on track. As you see how bumpy it is there coming through 3 and 4. Wow.
Anthony Ludi got wicked loose and cut down right in front of that pad. Oh, contact! Greg, somebody on his hood.
Wow.
Christopher Roth.
That started way before that happened.
We got a lot to unpack there, Mike.
Oh man. All right, let's see if we can find a view here. I have to go back a little bit further, but we'll see. Good there. It's those little bumps there. Back on throttle, goes down, barely misses. Keeps it in line. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Let's see. Let's look at what happened with Christopher Roth here. We'll go on board. Looks like he comes up, taps the outside wall. Whoa.
There's two separate incidents at the same time.
Yeah, it's the oh here. Yeah, just killed the camera. You see him sliding there. Oh yeah, just barely touches the wall. Rowdy comes up with him. And around he goes. The first one in the books. 20 laps in.
Yeah, Christopher Roth went for a ride there. Big ride.
Yeah, looks like Michael Carter, Eric Getty might be calling it a day. I don't think he can do anything. I think Michael Carter got drilled there. Or drilled Christopher Roth. So Hal, Burden, Boughton, Bailey, Marlowe, McCall. Going to be the top 6. Green flag back out in the air. Looks like Tyler Burton didn't quite get going. And Christopher Howell is out to almost a 4-car length lead already.
Yeah, monster for jump there by the number 1 of Christopher Howell. Kind of mixed up the Aeon guys up front, but Bailey and Evan Marlowe now sitting right in front of each other in 3rd and 4th.
Looks like Pete Walsh has a black flag. John Osborne still in the pits. Looks like Christopher Roth probably called it a day there as well. After that huge trip he took.
Tyler Burton putting a little bit of side draft on Christopher Howell, diving down to the inside. Is he going to have enough to get past him? Clears him, but Howell's going to have momentum. Burton comes up, kills that run. Good job by Tyler Burton.
I think they turned up the heat just a little bit there, as the fastest lap went from like a 30.65 to now the fastest lap is a 30.42.
And put down by none other than Tristan Bailey.
Marlowe putting the moves there on Howell.
Yeah, it's all the Aeon show up front right now. You can see Evan Marlowe just searching around for some clean air.
I was trying to find something to get that momentum back up there. Christian Bailey, Dwayne Furtick. Like they're kind of just logging laps as Marlowe sucks in tight with Howell. Just can't quite get enough momentum to get by.
Yeah, these momentum style tracks, it makes it really difficult to get your momentum back as opposed to your traditional mile and a halves. You lose a little bit of momentum and it feels like it takes an eternity to get it back. And I mean, you could only lose, a tenth or two on the guy in front of you, but the length of time it takes you to gain that momentum back is just enormous.
Yeah, it definitely is here. As Marlowe looks like he might have finally found a little bit of track position here as he's down to the inside and he's closing in. And then he just lost it again on exit as Howell found some momentum coming off the corner, and he is going to challenge Boughton for the lead.
Boughton coming back with vengeance, though. Almost getting to the inside of Howell's. Going to get almost door to door with him. Filing back in. Going to try and get some draft on him. Wait, make a move in the next turn or next two turns. Boughton going down on the apron, try and cut as much track off as he can. Gonna wrap the bottom and slide up to the top of the track. Tristan Bailey now working on Evan Marlowe, getting to his inside. Christopher Howell is stuck right inside the middle of an Aeon's sandwich.
Yeah, Christopher Howell can't. I don't say he can't get by. As now it looks like Bailey's going to go down to the bottom. Marlowe going to stay up high. He's had that momentum on that high side, just can't quite get by Howell.
Oh,
Whoa.
Howell gets those up into the wall.
Whoa.
Takes out Tristan Bailey and Evan Marlowe. Christopher Howell as well. Got some really significant damage on that right front. You could see him there just getting a little bit free coming out of turn two, and then as soon as it hooked up, it just sent him right up into the wall.
Yeah, that's... Wow. Let's see if we can... Let's go on board here with Christopher Howell. Take a look.
Yeah, what happened there was he got stuck in Tyler Boughton's wake and was pushing tight, and looks like he just tried to throttle through it, and unfortunately Tristan Bailey and Evan Marlowe are reaping the unfortunate consequences.
Bailey and Marlowe just kind of got into each other there, trying to avoid Christopher Howell. Looked like Marlowe checked up relatively quick, and Tristan Bailey just wasn't quite ready for it.
Almost looked like a little bit of net code there as well.
Look from Bailey's nose here. Yeah, just a little net code a little bit. Like Christopher Howell has to... What?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, looks like Christopher Howell's going to have to sit on pit road for a while. He's got that dreaded meatball flag, so lots of mandatory repairs coming for that number 1 machine.
Yep. And we'll re-rack them, and we'll do it again as we're on our second caution of the night. Restart with just about 199 laps to go, 198 laps to go.
Green flag back out. Boughton with the button, and he is down and away. Much better start as he controlled the pace in that 06 machine. Gets out in front. Dwayne Furtick second. Ryan McCall, Randy Meeks are the top 4.
Yeah, unfortunate for Tristan Bailey. Gonna have to start back in the rear of the field again, just a little over halfway through, starting back in 14th. He'll have to work his way back up, but Tyler Boughton getting some separation already on Dwayne Furtick, as well as Ryan McCall.
Furtick going to go down to the bottom. Going to try and take that spot away here from Boughton. Boughton with the momentum. And it looks like coming out of 4, they kind of hit a couple little bumps there that might throw off the balance of that car.
Yeah, the further up the track you get, I know there's one really big bump all the way on the top of the track, and there's one that's in the middle of the track as well. And if you hit those just right, it's really going to unsettle the car. And it's almost unpredictable. You know it's coming. You just can't remember exactly where it is, and then it catches you by surprise and really gets that car unsettled. And these next-gen cars are really finicky. As soon as they start to get a little bit loose and you try and make that corrections, it's going to grip up before you're ready for it, and it's going to send you exactly where the nose is pointed.
Douglas King, Kent Mueller doing side by side. Kent Mueller, I think he's got the 2015 championship Crispy's machine painted up there.
Yeah, that was the year he broke his leg at Daytona, right?
Yep, broke his leg at Daytona, came back and wound up winning the championship.
You can't make that stuff up, right? It's just unbelievable how someone can miss that many races at the start of the season and then come back and win the championship. It just goes to show the resiliency of Kyle Busch, able to come back from that and make a push for the championship. It makes you wonder just exactly like how would that season have transpired if he didn't break his leg? Would he still have won the championship? Would he won as many races as he did? Would he have won, because he came back and that was his goal, is to just win that championship.
Yeah, I mean, he missed, 11 races that season? So
Yeah.
a third of the season, basically. Well, not quite a third. Oh, but still, that is insane.
I mean, it's just under third, 36, was it 36 races? He missed 11 of them, so that's just under a third. I don't know what that would actually be in fractional terms, but yeah, when I was at the Coca-Cola 600, it was such a somber feeling at the racetrack. Everybody was excited to be there, but at the same time, the news was just so recent. Everybody, you could just feel the energy of the mourning for the entire NASCAR community. And then when they did his tribute and brought Samantha Bush out, showed her on the Megatron screen, it was just waterworks everywhere. It was a rainy weekend. It was dry for the the tribute, but I can tell you this much: there was a lot of water on the ground after that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to begin to try and pronounce the sponsor that's on Aaron Miller's car, because I know I'm gonna just absolutely destroy it. Makusaki? I mean, I don't know.
No idea. Brad Keselowski's first win car.
Hey, do you remember the? I forgot what race it was, but they introduced Kyle Busch, and then they introduced
Oh, 100%.
Brad Keselowski,
Yep.
and he was like, "I'm Brad Keselowski," and Kyle Busch is like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
It's so amazing to still see some of the, and I'm going to use this term, lightly, the old school drivers, because I mean we're in 2026 now, so I mean the younger generation, their old school is the Brad Keselowskis, the Kyle Bushes, the Kurt Bushes, the Joey Logano's, just to still. And I know not very many people like Joey Logano or Brad Keselowski, but still, to see them still racing and, still, paving the way for the younger generation, the Connor Zillages, the Corey Himes, it's still amazing to see these guys still out here racing, 20 years later.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you see, I didn't realize it until, you actually look back through history, but all of the, not only drivers that went through Kyle Busch Motorsports, but like the pit crews, just the executives, all that stuff that had somehow had something to do with Kyle Busch Motorsports when he was in that truck series, and how far they've all come. I mean, it's kind of amazing. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, I want to say half the teams have at least one person that worked there at one point in time. Yeah,
I broadcast another league on Tuesday nights, and there's a gentleman by the name of Caden Henry Oakes, and he worked for Kyle Busch Motorsports, something with the tires. I forgot exactly what he did with the tires, but before they got bought out by Spire, and it's just the amount of people that have went in at Kyle Busch Motorsports and are still now alive and well and thriving throughout the race teams. It's just phenomenal. It's amazing. And to see a guy like Daniel Suarez win the Coke 600, he's another driver that started with Kyle Busch Motorsports in the Truck Series, and you know it's you have the the I forgot where I was going with that. Beer's getting to me, but yes, all that stuff combined.
Yeah. Like Robert Roth and John Osborne got a little tangled there a little bit, but Osborne keeps going in the right direction.
Yeah, Daniel Suarez, who started with, in the trucks. He drove the trucks for Kyle Busch, and then he drives a 7 Cup car, and Kyle Busch in his last race won in his 7 truck, the Hendrick truck, and then Suarez comes out in the 7 Cup car and wins, the first Cup race after Kyle Busch's passes. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah, that was crazy. This goes to show you that everything's kind of meant to be at some point, right?
Yep, and then you have his son Brexton at the Summer Class in Charlotte. He finishes 6th, and he finishes 2nd in both of his races that day. And what is 6 + 2? 8, right? So I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole with conspiracies, but it's just, at the same time, how does that happen, right? So Kyle Busch, even though he's gone, his spirit is still here, and he's still touching lives.
Definitely looking back through the field here, trying to find some action on track. Looks like Ryan McCall, Randy Meeks going back and forth.
Yeah, you see the 20 car of Randy Meeks hit that bump on the high line coming out of 4. That's definitely one that you want to try and stay away from. You want to try and keep your tires just outside of that bump. I don't really know how wide it is, but you can definitely see his car bounce over those bumps. Right there.
Yep.
How about those bumps at Pocono down on the apron on the coming out of the tunnel turn? Did you see that wreck today?
Oh yeah.
all the drivers going down on the apron, just boom, 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 boom. Yeah, these momentum drafting type tracks, what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of separation amongst packs. So you'll see a pack of 3, a pack of 2, a pack of 4, just all trying to get around each other. But best thing for them to do in some of those situations, just try and work together on the straightaways and try and get some momentum to catch back up. But we'll see a lot of that throughout the course of this race.
Yeah, we definitely will. And looking at the laps, looks like we're 40 laps in to the front half of the field as far as their last pit stop.
Yeah, and we're still not even we're probably approaching a quarter of the way through the race, so still a whole lot of racing here to do. Anything can happen. Obviously, I'm just pretty sure there's a lot of guys in here that would want it to go green the rest of the way, but we'll see what kind of cautions we get throughout the race and what kind of gets shaken up.
Yeah, on board with McCall, looking back at Randy Meeks. Oh yeah, there's those bumps that McCall just hit.
all these drivers picking different areas of the tracks to run. Everybody trying to stay in some clean air. Clean air's the name of the game at the majority of these tracks, especially with these next gen cars.
Yeah, everybody's trying to find just that little bit of momentum that the driver in front of them doesn't have. It looks like Meeks might have found just a hint there, but McCall battles back on that high line. That high line seems to carry a little bit of momentum on corner exit that inside line just can't quite make up.
Yeah, and it's so visually tricky watching them go into the corners, because you see the one car on the high line, when he slides up high, he'll slide about a car to a car and a half length behind the car that's on the inside. But by the time that they come out of the corner, they're almost door to door. It's just how much momentum you can get on the outside of these racetracks. But Randy Meeks has definitely found something as he's working on the inside of Ryan McCall, just getting half of a car length out in front. Oh, and he gets a little bit loose right there. The 11 behind him as well.
Those two. Osborne still sideways there, trying to get going in the right direction. Can't quite keep it going. There we go. Now he's got it pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, once those tires gets hot, you really have to be easy on that throttle. They're just so hot, they want to do nothing but spin.
Let's see if we can take a look here, see what happened to Osborne. Yeah, he just was hard on the brakes trying to stay off Randy Meeks.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing about 160 to 170 mile an hour, and 170 mile an hour in those turns. You see somebody getting loose in front of you, and you pucker up like you've never puckered before, and I can't really blame him there, but it's unfortunate. As soon as you tap those brakes doing 160, 170 miles an hour in those corners, the car is just it's gonna spin.
Yeah, it is Osborne out there just trying to log some laps after that early race incident. He is running 12 laps down now.
Yeah, ouch. But these two up front, Boughton and Furtick, they've got about a 2-second gap on the next closest car to them, which is going to be the number 90 of Ryan McCall. So it just goes to show, how much separation you can get on these drafting momentum style tracks. And it does kind of look like that Boughton and Furtick are working together on the straightaways. You see Furtick just tucking up right behind him, trying to push him. Boughton staying in line. Both of these guys at this point, they're just running their race. They both look settled in and comfortable where they're at.
Yeah, they know it's a long race. I mean, we're we're barely getting started as far as number of laps go.
Yeah, and I mean, and if I'm Furtick, I have everything to lose and nothing to gain by trying to go for the lead here against Tyler Boughton. So, and then the opposite side of that, if I'm Tyler Boughton, I'm in the same position. If Burdick wants to make a move and get past me, I'm not going to fight him for it based off the separation that we've got on the third place car. And we've only ran 70 laps. So we still have about 164 laps to go. So, I would not be aggressive at this point. I'm just trying to run my line, create as much as much separation without pushing. I mean, they're sitting real comfortable right now, so there's really no need for them to push at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. They can just kind of maintain their pace and kind of keep rolling. You know, pit stops are going to be happening at some point in time here shortly for this front group. If I calculated, I figured it'd be somewhere around 50 or a little bit over. So, 06
Halliburton coming in now.
Burden, Miller, Roth, Meeks all came in.
And Furtick being behind Tyler Burton for so long, he might could go an extra lap, but it does look like he is going to come down for his green flag pit stop. You're on lap number 72.
That's going to cycle all the drivers who didn't pit, or who did pit under that lap 33 caution to the front, which happens to be Revolution Motorsports. Almost all of them.
Yeah, you're right. All but Aaron Miller, I believe, and Michael Carter.
Yeah, Michael Carter had that issue, so, and then Aaron Miller was on a little bit different strategy, but Boughton, Denise, Miller, Bailey, Rowdy all stayed out on that lap, or all came in on that 33 caution, so got that all fixed up, and fuel, looks like fuel only though for the top two.
And if we take a look at our mid-season eliminator challenge with Christopher Howell being out of this race, he is going to be eliminated from the in-season tournament elimination challenge.
Yep. All these drivers driving a little bit different lines there. Ethan Brooks just put down a...
No, that was Randy Meeks.
Randy Meeks just put down a heater. 30.34 and backed it up with a 30.38. Almost a second faster than the leaders right now.
Yeah, that's what the fresh tires are going to do. Still have the top 6 drivers that have not pit yet of Boughton, Denise, Mueller, Bailey, Rowdy, and Nash. So as soon as they pit, does look like Furtick will assume the race lead unless Tyler Burton passes him before then.
Yeah, it looks like they just kind of swap positions there a little bit. They did gain almost a second on Ryan McCall. They now are almost 4 seconds in front of McCall. And they're running,
I mean,
what, 8/10 faster than the leaders, so.
And again, really no need for them to push, right? As soon as these guys pit, they'll be setting the pace and kind of pick up from where they left off before this green flag pit cycle.
Yeah, nothing to hurry or anything like that.
144 laps to go here at the Rowdy Memorial 234. Currently, your race leader is going to be Adam Boughton. Should be coming in for his green flag pit stop here in the next few laps. And then we will resume where we left off before the cycle began.
It's definitely going to be interesting if this race does stay green with the two different strategies that have kind of naturally shown up. The drivers that pitted on lap 33 versus the drivers that pitted on lap 19, and now they're going to leapfrog each other back and forth as they go through this race.
Yeah, and if it does stay green, some of these drivers are going to have to, they're going to have to think about short pitting to kind of level up those strategies.
Yeah, as you see Dwayne Furtick get his lap back the hard way. Looks like Tyler Burton's going to be doing just that here momentarily. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle there from the 06 machine.
Yeah, I would almost think that was just a result of the air transfer.
Oh, 100%. We started with 21 drivers out on track, and now it looks like we are down to 17. As Howell, Roth, Carter, and Maggette all had to call it a night early.
We got the number 9 of Tristan Bailey on pit road right now. 4 tires in Sunoco race fuel. Got the number 88 of Nash on pit road as well. Gonna just see how far Boughton, Denise, Mueller, and Anthony Ludi can stretch it.
Now they're still staying out at this point. And he's going to be coming to pit lane this time by.
Real difficult pit road entry here at Chicago. It sneaks up on you really quick, and it's hard to see.
Now Furtick should cycle to the lead as they get rolling here once again. There they go. Wow, Tristan Bailey not wasting any time, throwing down a 30.29. Fastest lap of the race once again.
Sometimes I just don't know how some of these drivers put down these super fast lap times.
Well, I think in practice, if I wasn't mistaken, I could have swore I saw a 29, but that, of course, was a different time of day, if I'm not mistaken. So we have graduated and went under the lights here tonight. Track temp. Not very warm at all.
It's still a little on the warmer side for a night race, but which, I mean, there's still plenty of grip out on the track.
Yeah, definitely a quick race recap here as we're getting close to that century mark. Dwayne Furtick is the leader. 2 cautions for 6 laps only, but 9 lead changes. So definitely a lot of moving and shaking here as they get going. And right now, if you look at the biggest gainers, Tyler Burden up there plus 13. Robert Roth plus 11. Furtick plus 9. Brooks 7 and McCall 6.
And you see Tristan Bailey working on Tyler Burden and Dwayne Furtick trying to get his lap back the hard way. I don't think it'll be too much of a challenge for him with those probably about 20 lap fresher tires.
Yeah, should not be. As he will move right on by.
Yeah, I think if the race stays green, or if we get another really long green, let's just say, how do I say this? Figuratively speaking, right? We get a caution and then we have another long run like we've had now. And you anticipate it's going green. If I'm back in the pack, as soon as I hear the spotter say leaders on pit road, I'm going to come down and try and flip the strategies.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something different, especially with the way we've seen passing here. I mean, it looks like you can pass if you're, basically way quicker than the driver. But if you guys are similar speeds, you have to build up so much momentum to get by, and we've seen him just stall out repeatedly here. As it looks like that Evan Marlowe down a couple laps here and was holding up. Looks like Gary Nash just a little bit.
And if you think about it from, a time gaining aspect, I don't see being able to gain, if you look at, number 16 of Ethan King, 25 seconds behind the leader. I don't see it feasible to be able to make up so much time to get further, to cut down that time gap. So you're going to have to do something to get on the same strategy as the leaders, because flip-flopping like this, being 20, having 20 lap fresher tires. Now, could it potentially work later on in the race? Maybe, but it all depends on how the race goes, if it stays green or if we get cautions.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of the way it goes here, but sometimes you just have to be lucky.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty of racing. You can run your own strategy, right? You don't have to do what everybody else is doing, and it's almost like gambling. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, sometimes it works out. So I mean, we still have about 130 laps to go, or so, 135, almost 140 laps still to go. No, about 130. I mean, I'm horrible at math. So me and Alan share something in common, but we're not good calculators. But I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, speaking of calculators and fuel strategy races and stuff, one of Kyle Busch's I'll say not really crazier wins, but strategic wins was when he won at Pocono on fuel strategy. Was one of the only drivers that had enough to finish the race.
As soon as you started speaking, I knew exactly where you were going. And I literally just saw a a highlight as we were approaching into the race for Pocono, and they were playing over Kyle Busch, and you hear his spotter saying, "Max save, max save, max save," and they kept saying it, so you know Kyle Busch is still on the gas. So Kyle Busch knew exactly how much fuel he had.
Yeah. Right before he was saying that, he was telling him to try and push the 11 hard because he knew the 11 didn't have enough fuel, and then as soon as he was out, stop and save. But I mean, then we're here at Chicagoland, the slide job capital of the world there, as far as Kyle Busch was concerned there.
Yep. It's one of those things that when you do it, it's great. But when it happens to you, you get so frustrated. As soon as you pull that slide job off, and you feel like the best driver in the world, but somebody does it to you, and you're like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm really glad to see some long green flag runs that we've had. These guys are, I'm pretty sure they're enjoying it as well, right? It's never comfortable, you know, having so many restarts and having to really drive a little bit out of your comfort zone. Obviously, you know, as race car drivers, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, but you know, when the field gets spread out like this, you can just focus on driving your line and not worrying so much about dirty air.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think at this point in the race, everybody is so settled in their positions. Does not look like anybody is wanting to risk pushing and bringing out a caution. So I think we'll go green for quite some time.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. So with that, we'll step aside here real quick. We'll go side by side. You won't miss anything as they are logging some laps, and we'll be right back after this.
Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
right, welcome back, everybody. You didn't miss anything while we were away. It looks like Ethan Brooks is having a little internet issue there as he was blinking around the track, but back on track, it is still Dwayne Furtick and Tyler Burton kind of going back and forth, both of them staying within a half a second of each other, but they have built the 5-second lead over Ryan McCall back in third. Aaron Miller, and then you have Adam Boughton, and he is trying to go by, looks like Pete Walsh there, who is a lap down. Randy Meeks is trying to get by the lap car of Evan Marlowe. Doug DeNice back there as well. Then we got Kent Mueller. Robert Roth and Ethan Brooks are the top 10 here tonight.
Yeah, these two of Furtick and Burton, they are just gaining time lap by lap. See Furtick going down to the inside, trying to break a little bit of that draft.
Yeah, he's trying to get a little bit of momentum there, just trying to stay just enough ahead of Tyler Burton. But what's funny is if you look at their lap times are 31:36, 31:30. But Ryan McCall is still staying about 5 seconds back, and he's running a 31:27. So they're all about the same right now and on the same pit strategy. The drivers you're going to have to watch are going to be the 94 and 40 back there, who pitted on lap 86. If this thing goes green, they're on the better pit strategy. If you're calculating about 50 laps per pit stop.
Yeah, I think you are correct.
Look back through, see if we have any real action on track, and everybody's kind of spread out. We get Kent Mueller going by Evan Marlowe, tough luck situation there. That M&M's machine. Yeah, that definitely
Got
is.
a question.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, what is since we've got a lot of M&M's cars out here, what's your favorite M&M's?
Oh, probably caramel. Or caramel, or however you want to say it, depending on what side of the country you're in.
Yeah, I'm an original, not like, I don't like all the extra stuff. I'm a peanut M&M's guy. I really like them.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't mind those. What I was going to say is this Crispy's machine here is one of the only Cowbush diecasts I don't have. And right now, it's way too much money to try and buy.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, 2015 championship Crispies, you're looking at $7,000 to $1,000, easy.
Oof.
Well,
Yep.
with all the scalpers anyway that are like trying to make money
Yeah.
off of an unfortunate situation. Oh, number 10 coming down, Aaron Miller, and Douglas King, the 16, also coming into pits. Which means that it's about time for the leaders to make that left-hand turn and come down pit lane as well, as they last pit on lap 71 and 72 respectively. Robert Roth going to come in this time by as well. So, let's see.
And there's your leader, Dwayne Furtick, coming down pit road.
A little bit different strategy this time. He came down first. Burton's going to stay out an extra lap. We're on lap 121, so next group of drivers is going to come down on lap 136. That's going to be the Revolution Motorsports drivers back there, and probably Tristan Bailey as well. And these drivers coming down now, if it's going to go green, they're going to have to stretch these next couple of pit cycles a couple extra laps, because right now they're close to, if it's about 50, 51 laps, say for a fuel run, pitting now, they're going to be about 9 laps short of fuel.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a max fuel save for these guys.
Whereas the drivers that are going to pit here in about 10 laps, they're going to have to make, another stop, but it should be a little bit easier here.
Now, if they can get back on the lead lap within the next 10 laps, they might. I mean, this is just me thinking out loud and thinking crazy. Right? If they can get back on the lead lap within the next 10 laps.
Well, Furtick just did.
All right, enough said. And if they can get close enough, if they can make up enough time, is it worth pitting when Denise and Boughton and all the Revolution guys come to kind of get on the same strategy? I mean, they have the tires for it, but I don't know. That
I don't think so, because right now you're looking at almost a 30-second gap.
Yeah.
And if they come down at lap 136, make 2 50-lap runs, they're at 236, so they should be fine. Whereas the guys that just came down, on lap 121, they're only going to make it to 221. So
it's going
with
to be
2 50-lap runs. So it'll be close. We'll see. We'll have to see which strategy plays out, and you never know how this is going to work. I mean, it's all about strategy.
Yep.
And who knows, the Chicagoland race, it comes down to fuel strategy.
What race in these next gens doesn't come down to fuel strategy?
Well, fuel strategy or track position.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the way it has to go, right?
Yeah, it's one or the other or both.
Yeah, so Furtick is back on the lead lap. Tyler Burton getting close to getting back on the lead lap as well, as he's closing in on Denise. Be able to drive by there in that CarQuest machine. He was able to put that CarQuest machine in victory lane last week when we were at the Tricky Triangle. Going to try and go back-to-back here and see if he can get this Rowdy Memorial 234 in the books.
Yeah, and these this race is more like an endurance race for these guys, so it would definitely be for whoever the driver is. But if Burton can go back to back and get a win at almost a full length NASCAR race, that'd be pretty cool for him.
I just think it's kind of amazing how many of these drivers went through and took a look at some of the paint schemes that Kyle Busch had and decided to throw on several different ones. We don't have two that are really even similar.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see any duplicates, but that just goes to show you the options that were out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Skittles Zombies there of his Texas win. Skittles Heat. Old School Car Quest. Back from the 05 days. Double mint gum. And then you got the tribute car that has all sorts of Skittles, M&Ms. Like he has the double mint paint scheme there. Maybe a little hazelnut with the blue.
A little bit of everything.
And then looks like the front maybe has the cheddar scheme on there as well. Tristan Bailey coming in now. John Osborne also came in. Osborne just trying to log laps and hope somebody else has a worse day than him as he tries to get as many points as he can.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard for him to try and get laps back. Because once it's all said and done, I think Evan Marlowe is going to be the first car that'll get a lucky dog.
That 94 came in. Looks like Denise and Mueller should be coming in this next time by. Looking at the race stats here, looks like I didn't realize this, but Dwayne Furtick has not won this season. He has been inside the top 5 though in 50% of the races. So definitely having a decent season. Still trying to capture that first win of the season though.
Yeah, that'd be awesome for Dwayne because, I mean, it's not easy getting in the top 5 for one race, but to be able to do it for half the races so far this season, phenomenal job.
Tristan Bailey just went purple once again. A 30.25 in that number 9 machine after getting those 4 fresh tires. He is a man on a mission with that NOS Rowdy Energy number 9 Chevy.
I think he's got grip packs.
Oh, John Osborne just went a 30.23. Trying to get fastest lap of the race there. Looks like Furtick is going to try and come to 3 and 4 and get back to the lead, and he does just that. They still have that 5-second lead, though, over Ryan McCall. Well, less than 100 laps to go here in the Rowdy Memorial 234 from Chicagoland. Let's see what other action we have on track, and it looks like Ludi and Marlowe are battling for position now. Oh, no. Never mind. Marlowe's more laps down. Marlowe's 6 laps down. Ludi's only 1.
And I think Ludy's just laps down due to pit strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, he just came in on lap 136. So looks like Ethan Brooks is also just went a lap down after 119. So came in a little earlier, hasn't been able to get that momentum back and get back on the right strategy here. So it'll all come down to these next few laps here and what happens with this lead group. Because if they don't make it, let's see.
Yeah, it's almost like they're gonna have to stretch these next two runs.
They're going to have to go 56, 57 laps ish per run. Going to have to make it to 177, 178.
But we'll find out soon enough.
Because the drivers behind them that are on that different pit strategy, they only have to make it to 185, and that's only 50 laps.
And with the amount of laps that Dwayne Furtick has led, I'd hate for him to lose it on pit strategy.
Yeah, he has had some bad luck. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's been in position to win several races and just hasn't been able to find the find victory lane there.
Well, here's number 51. Skittles Chevrolet is definitely on fire tonight.
Let's take a look here, see lap leaders. So Dwayne Furtick has led 45 laps now tonight. Tyler Burden led 47. But Dwayne Furtick all season had only led 21 laps. So he has doubled, well, tripled that tonight, basically, as far as total laps led.
And sometimes all it takes is that one race to kind of break the cycle.
I mean, another insane stat is the amount of laps that Tristan Bailey's ran or has led. He's led 934 of the 2,128 laps we had run before this. So 44% of the races he's led.
Unbelievable.
Let's take a race recap look real quick. 150 of 234 laps. Dwayne Furtick still the leader. 2 for 6 laps with 12 lead changes so far tonight. And I'm sure we'll have a couple more before the night is over through the pit cycle and such.
Yeah, I think we'll have at least 2.
Robert Roth behind Tristan Bailey. Tristan Bailey trying to battle back. Qualified on the pole, had that EOL penalty, sent him back to the back. He worked his way back up through the field. Then him and Marlowe were behind Christopher Howell when Howell's car all of a sudden snapped to the right in front of them. They took evasive action, but both of them got some damage and have been fighting back ever since. Tristan Bailey gets inside that top 10, just hasn't had that speed that he showed earlier or the track position. I think if he gets a little bit better track position here through these pit stops, he's going to be a driver that you're going to have to look out for as always. He is on a little bit different pit strategy than the leaders right now, so we'll see what he can do. Last came down pit lane on lap 132.
Yeah, he's definitely got the speed, but he is he's just fallen victim to the pit strategy game, and you know I'm pretty sure him and the rest of the AEON's guys are trying to work to figure out a strategy to help him get back up in the front, and then you've got his teammate Ryan McCall, kind of the same situation, although he does have the track position. But both of these guys are going to have to figure out how they can kind of get on the same page and flip this strategy.
Yeah, they're going to have to find something because McCall has been basically riding right back in there in third position, but he is not making any ground. He is now 6 seconds back from Dwayne Furtick. Dwayne Furtick and Tyler Burton keep going back and forth. Not really switching positions, but just knowing that Tyler Burton's just kind of letting Dwayne Furtick know that he's still there.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Burton might be trying to make a move, but I don't know. So it looks like he's getting right up on the bumper of Furtick and then backs off, so maybe he's anticipating, making a move later on in the race, or, well, what? Maybe Furtick is just a little slower in the corners, but we shall see.
Yeah, both these drivers, though, are going to have to figure out what they need to do. See if maybe we can go on board here. Take a look what Furtick's doing. Because you know that they're going to have to save some fuel in order to make this one more stop. Otherwise, they're going to have 9 or 10 laps. And I don't know that that's going to be enough time, barring a late race caution, because late race caution is just going to, everybody's going to come down and get 4 tires and fuel. But if it stays green, they're going to wind up having to save probably 5 laps or so, 5-6 laps per run in order to make this a one-stop race. Otherwise, it's going to fall right into the hands of those Revolution Motorsports drivers who did come down on that lap 33 caution, and they just trying to make their one pit stop and roll on to the finish line.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised that Furtick is running the high line. Reason being is it's the longer way around the track. So even if you're trying to save fuel and you're not pushing, 100% throttle out of the corners, you still have a longer way to go as opposed to Tyler Boughton, who's running the inside.
Yeah, let's see if we can take a look here at Tyler Boughton as he gets going.
Furtick looked like he came down a little bit to aero block Tyler Boughton. Boughton back on the bumper of Furtick. Looks like he might be able to complete the pass. He's got his nose out in front. Door out in front. And Furtick's just got the little bit of extra momentum on the high side.
Yeah, definitely a little bit there. Furtick's gonna remain in front for now.
Yeah, I'm just with the way that the pit strategies have been. I'm not sure battling for position at this point in time in the race is going to be beneficial for either of these drivers.
Yeah, I don't believe so, but I mean, I've been proved wrong before, but these guys have basically been coming down every 50 laps, so.
They've got 6 seconds on McCall and then an additional 6 seconds to Denise. So they definitely have room to save. Try and cut down, try and stretch it a little bit more. I don't know. It's hard to kind of, Monday morning quarterback their strategies, because we're not in the race cars. We don't exactly know specifically, how much fuel they have. So,
well, we will know in 8 or 9 laps what the end of this race is going to look like. Looked like Ethan Brooks went clear from the pit house to the outhouse pretty quick there as he dove right down to the bottom.
yeah, Ethan Brooks, I don't remember what strategy he's on, but if he's on the same pit strategy as the Revolution Motorsports guys, he might cycle to the lead.
He last pit on lap 119, so
he's coming down soon.
I would say he should be coming down momentarily. So
yeah, if I'm Ethan Brooks, I'm going to try and stretch it an extra lap. This way I can get back on the lead lap and hopefully be far enough in front of the leaders to stay on the lead lap.
yeah, he's going to have to come up with something in order to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, I mean, because the only other alternative for him is for a caution to come out and excuse me, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of drivers out there that don't want that. It'll absolutely make it a whole lot more interesting and exciting as far as broadcast concerns.
Yeah.
But if we had it our way, we could probably throw a caution right now. But it's these guys' race, and we're gonna let them run it the way they want to run it.
Now they're gonna have to make it 7-ish laps. We'll see what happens here. Looks like Ethan Brooks is going to come down pit lane, so he might be close on fuel. Aaron Miller already down pit lane. Sounds like the 51 is going to come on down. Roth is going to come down.
Yeah, these guys they're going to have to super save on this next run.
Now they're going to have to do something, or it's going to, like I said, fall in the laps of the other drivers here just on pit strategy. '51 in. Tyler Burton's still staying out. That 06 car's up 14 spots from where he started. Did not have the qualifying run he wanted. Got a little loose and had to start towards the back of the field. But worked his way through.
Whichever way it works out, he still had a heck of a run.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, all things considered, if he comes down and the race finishes the way it probably will looking at this, he's still going to wind up with a top 10 finish after starting outside the top 10. So, I mean, not terrible. And he moves on in the Eliminator Challenge.
That's another plus.
So. Furtick already back on the lead lap, working his way around Denise. Tyler Burton, Dwayne Furtick battling back and forth now. Oh, no. Tyler Burton's just coming off pit lane. He's got 2 seconds he has to make up here to get back on the lead lap. He should do that pretty much in no time on those 4 fresh tires.
It does look like Furtick has quite a bit of a distance between him and Burton.
Yeah, that's what 2 laps on those fresher tires will get you.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's 2 laps that Tyler Burton has gained as far as fuel strategy.
100%. Burton getting back on the lead lap. Probably see the lead group of cars come down in about 10 laps.
The other thing that Furtick and Burton are going to have to worry about, even if they do start saving and can make it on fuel, the Revolution Motorsports guys, they're going to have the tires. So they're gonna come out and they could just be full pushing.
Yeah, if if a caution were to come out in 5 or 6 laps, everything resets and we have a 6-car battle for the finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody fairly well spread out up front. 3 seconds between the leader and second, 4 seconds between second and third, another 2 back to fourth, and then a lifetime back to fifth there.
Yeah, that's almost 20 seconds, about 18 seconds.
I mean, I guess there's 2 strategies you can do if you're Dwayne Furtick. You can either run lights out as fast as you can for these next 10 laps, and then come down and get fuel. And then hope that that's enough of a strategy to stay up front here. But right now he's running P5.
Well, and then the flip side, he's going to have to do the same thing as soon as he comes out of the pits. He's going to have to make up a whole lot of time. Got Tristan Bailey coming down pit road.
Yeah, Tristan Bailey might be making the right call here. Maybe. I don't know. I know he can make it on fuel because it'll be, what, 182-ish? So he's definitely going to be the first on the strategy here. He's down and way back on track, running P10 right now. And now he is definitely a driver that does not want to see that caution.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other question is, you know, how much of Denise, Boughton, and Mueller been saving? They could have been saving to to stretch their pit stops and gain a little bit of extra time, but you just don't know.
I'd assume they'd come in anywhere between now and lap 188, 189 at the latest. Tristan Bailey driving lights out, 30.17 fastest lap of the race there in that number 9 Chevy.
Unbelievable. He just keeps getting faster and faster.
And then John Osborne just did a 30.12. Wow, those guys are having their own little battle here. Who can drive faster?
I know, right?
Denise still staying out there. Mueller also out there. They should be able to pit and make it on fuel now, so that should not be an issue for any of them. Ludi coming in now as well. 4 drivers left out on the lead lap as Mueller makes that turn down pit lane. .188. Denise coming down.
Right on the money.
So Furtick and Burden are going to cycle back to the front.
Tyler Burton closed the gap. He was behind about a second on Furtick, so either Burton is pushing or Furtick is saving.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something or hope for something to happen, because I don't believe they can make it to the end here. Working lap 191 here of the 234. Last came down on lap 170, and we've been averaging about 50 to 52 laps on a fuel run, so they cannot make it to the end of the race here. So they're going to have to figure out something unless they massively save, but I don't think that's going to be in the picture for now. They're going to have to try and drive away from these other drivers and hope that time picks up on pit lane. But the pit lane time, the fastest one I've seen is around 40 seconds thereabouts.
Yeah, about 41.97, I think, is the fastest.
Yeah, so you can probably knock some of that off because they won't take 4 tires. They'll just take fuel if it's going to be a 10-lap, little 10-lap shootout.
Yeah.
Or 10 laps short, I guess. So, I mean, you knock about 5 seconds off, so you're at, 38 seconds? And they only have a 20-second lead at the moment?
Yep, they'll still come out 18 seconds behind.
Yeah, so.
They can kind of stay in line here and draft a little bit. That could help them. How much? We just don't know.
You got Kent Mueller and Robert Roth between Burden and Furtick now. Kent Mueller drives to the bottom. Is going to try and get his lap back the hard way. Robert Roth with the 51 on the hood, or on the roof of his car there. Boughton, Denise, Bailey, all on the same strategy here. I know they all have enough fuel to make it to the end, pitting on lap 185, 188, and 181. They should be good to make it.
$35 laps to go. 36.
See what happens here. Yep, Furtick coming down pit lane.
Let's see how the splash and go works.
Stay with him for the moment here. Pit lane is so long and the speed is so slow.
I know, it's like 45.
His box. 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's taking rights as well.
9 seconds in his box. Comes out of pit lane. 37 seconds, so. Let's see, he is behind 18 seconds. Behind Denise.
Well, I mean, if we get a caution now, he's got the tires and the fuel. I don't know if I don't even know what to think at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to be the winning strategy here. I mean, I don't believe there's any way Burden's making it to the end of the race on his pit strategy. He can hope something happens in the next little bit. But he's going to have to come down. And 20 laps, 22 laps at the most.
I almost feel like that if Furtick would have saved the last 100 laps, he might have had enough.
Yeah, like I said, I think you would have had to save 2 stints to make it in. I mean, it's amazing these drivers are out here on track, and we have, had the racing we've had today.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 cautions at the beginning of the race, and then I guess everybody just stopped, maybe didn't drive as aggressive, or, figured out a little bit better how to drive the track based on the conditions, so...
I mean, also, when you're spread out, though, it definitely helps. I mean, right now, Tyler Burton has a 9-second lead over McCall and a 16.5 over Denise.
And McCall is looks like he's creeping just a little bit. I don't know if that's just because Boughton is realizing he's got to start super saving or what.
I mean, it could be.
See McCall gaining about a 10th on him.
I mean, I think Boughton kind of made his bed, so he's kind of stuck for now. Just run as many laps as you can and hope a caution comes out, because that's the only thing I believe that's probably going to save him at the moment.
Yeah, it's got to be an awful feeling having the race lead and knowing that you're not going to have enough on fuel.
I mean, especially here in a couple laps when Dwayne Furtick's going to be right in your rearview mirror, and you're going to be like, man, I could have came down when he came down.
Yeah, right.
25 laps to go here today in the Rowdy Memorial 234. 234 laps here at Chicagoland. These drivers are putting in work tonight.
And doing a good job at it as well. We've stayed green for quite some time, or well over 150 laps.
Yeah, we've had 2 cautions for 6 laps, and the last one was on lap 33. So
yeah, we might we might go green for 200 laps.
Tyler Boughton in and out of his pits. 38 seconds on pit lane. Ryan McCall is scored as the race leader for the moment. Coming down the back stretch.
Tyler Boughton, I bet you he's just praying for a caution.
Yeah, because he's going to be basically, he was going to be basically 10 laps short. I mean, Ryan McCall's doing the same thing up here.
Yeah, for Boughton to have a chance, the caution's got to come out now. Because you'd have to make up almost a second and a half a lap, and I don't see that happening at all.
I mean, he did just run his fastest lap of the race with a 30.25, but he is just in front of the race leader now. So going to be down to 20 laps to go when McCall gets back to the line, and he is still staying out at the moment. He has probably 6 more laps, 7 at the most, I would say, before he's going to have to come down, unless he's been saving, which I don't know that he has with the speeds he's been running. So but he is staying out, staying with his strategy here, hoping that somebody gets those little bit of fresh tires on maybe one side and spins around in a circle. Tristan Bailey trying to close the gap here and get back towards the front. Found himself kind of the right strategy at the moment.
Yeah, he's got some speed. He's gaining some ground on Adam Boughton.
And trying to get back up there to battle for the win here tonight. Right now, Ryan McCall still out on track, still leading the race. That double mint Chevy rolling around out front. I think he has about 2, maybe 3 laps left of fuel before he's going to have to come down. Means he's probably going to cycle back to 8th or so by the time he comes out.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Robert Roth, or is that Robert or Christopher Roth that's in the pits?
Both. Robert Roth is the driver on the lead lap coming down. And make it to his box. Nine seconds in his box, and he is headed back out on track. Gonna probably lose a lap right here, but still not terrible at the moment. $14 to go. That number 40 Snickers Toyota is starting to kind of pull away, but that last lap, the 94 said not so fast as he closed a couple tenths there.
Yeah, Denise looking to get his first win of the season, but the 94 is slowly creeping up. I think he just cut at least a 1/10.5 off that last lap. Boughton just ran a 31.20 to Denise's 31.28, so almost running the 10th faster.
A 30.98 for Tyler Burton as he is running fairly quick here. Just found himself on that wrong pit strategy. It's going to wind up costing him and Dwayne Furtick probably at least a podium, if not the win.
Yeah, I still don't see Furtick cutting down 12 seconds to catch the number 94 Boughton, as Tristan Bailey's went ahead and gotten past him. Now Tristan Bailey going to be looking to work on Denise.
Yeah, he's got
lost a little bit of time battling with the number 94 of Boughton, but 10 laps to go. He's got enough time to do it.
And hopefully he has enough fuel and calculated that exactly as he came in on lap 181.
If he does it, he might just run out of fuel crossing the start-finish line.
But that crew chief gets paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Now he's fighting with, looks like the 23 of Ethan Brooks up there on the high line. Going to wind up costing him some time here as he falls back behind Ethan Brooks. Evan Marlowe down pit lane.
A lot of lap traffic in between these guys right now. It's going to make it really difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the nightmare here.
I mean, the good thing for Denise is he's got 2 cars between him and Tristan Bailey. 3 cars. No, yeah, 2.
2, but yeah, Ludi and Ethan Brooks there. Ethan Brooks on fresh tires. So he will probably wind up clearing. No, maybe not. We're going to be 5 to go, and I don't think Tristan Bailey has enough go fast in that number 9 to make it past Denise here.
Yeah, he's really having to work hard to get around Ludi.
I mean, that's going to be a heck of a strategy call for these guys after pitting on lap 19, coming down on lap 33 after those 2 quick cautions there. And the race just went green, and it set up perfect for their strategy, whereas the drivers who, came down on lap 19 figured they'd probably have a couple more cautions and didn't really think about strategy at that point in time, and now they are kind of chasing their tails here, running 4th and 5th at the moment here. And Tristan Bailey just kind of lucked into the off strategy there after being involved in that caution on lap 33.
Yeah, well, just what a strategy by the Revolution Motorsports guys, and it's paid off. You couldn't have written a better story. Any other day of the week, caution would have came out, but it did not tonight so far, at least. So if nothing crazy happens, Denise is going to get his first win of the season.
Second, but yeah,
second. I must be looking at the wrong standings. Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. He won the clash. Never mind. It is the first one. Sorry, you're right. I just saw that it said it in the stats. Final lap. Doug Denise is going to put that number 40 Snickers machine in victory lane here for the Rowdy Memorial. 234. Tristan Bailey, hard fought second. And Boughton back there in third. Burdick and Burden are going to come across in fourth and fifth after that pit strategy. Well, the early race caution didn't help them there.
Yeah, I mean it's still a good finish for Burdick and Burden. However, it's definitely not the result that they wanted, being that they both went back and forth for the lead and led a bunch of laps. Denise going to burn it down on the grass. As you see your podium finishers on the screen now, your race winner Doug Denise, second place Tristan Bailey, and Adam Boughton coming away with that third and final podium spot. Gonna park it on the wall.
Gonna just try and burn it down as much as he can there. Let's see if we can get Adam down here in the booth for you, Joe.
Adam Boughton, this is Front Row Joe in the booth. How's it going, sir?
Pretty good. About yourself?
Not too bad, man. You've gotten your 9th top 5 finish this season. Almost got yourself a win. A lot of the conversations that me and Mike were having was about the pit strategy. After you guys came down on lap 30, I believe it was like 33. What was kind of going through your mind, and what were you guys talking about, and how confident were you guys that your strategy was going to pay off in the end?
Well, when we all pitted under that caution, we figured, no, we're in the back already, so we might as well just top off. So just in case of the way it was going, we just topped off, didn't take tires or anything. And then at that point, it's like it put us barely in a window to where if we saved a little bit, we could. I think what was it, 3 or 4 stop it at that point, where we had a big enough gap where everybody else was still going to have to pit that extra time. So that's what we just went for, and we just hoped and prayed that we never got a caution, and luckily it went green. Went green to the end.
Yeah, strategies don't always pay off. They definitely paid off tonight, as your teammate. We've got 2 of the Revolution Motorsports guys in the top 3, with Doug Denise getting his first win of the season. What does that kind of do for confidence as far as a team perspective goes?
Well, as far as confidence goes, it's a huge one in itself for Doug. He likes to get in his head a lot of the time, so I don't know how he hasn't said anything in the past like 15 minutes, so I don't know how he's dealing with it at the moment. So he went silent there as it was cycling through, and he got to the lead there with about 15 to go. But no, he did good tonight. He finally stayed out of his head for once, hit his marks, and just had some ridiculous long run speed there. I know, like in the early part of the strategy there, I was a good like 4 seconds ahead of him, and he ran me down throughout the course of the runs, and I know I couldn't really keep up with him on the super long run, but kudos to him for getting that bottom to work. I think he was one of the few cars that could get the car to make time on the bottom without it wrecking itself, because the car was really edgy tonight.
Yeah, we saw a lot of drivers having some difficulty, especially coming out of almost in the center of the corners, but yeah,
it was a lot more on the corner entry and corner exit, where it would oversteer going in, and then it would plow in the center, but then it would snap on the exit.
Yep. Yeah, we saw that with Christopher Howell, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean that's just how racing goes, right? You gotta navigate that setup. You gotta get used to the track conditions, and
Yeah, the track definitely went through a transformation because it started out like ice when the sun was out, but as the track rubbered in and the lights came on, the track for the most part it tightened up quite a bit to where that for the most part that snap loose went away, but it was still there if you overstepped it. But definitely, track went through a major swing from the start to the end, and it was definitely hard to adjust during a 200 lap green flag run.
yeah, I think we went 201 laps green. I think.
It was 199 because
199.
we went green. The last caution went green on lap 36.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so 199 green flag laps. That's ridiculous.
It's almost unheard of, right?
But hey, awesome showing by everybody for the Rowdy Memorial. So we had good. Hopefully everybody put on a good show for what we were doing tonight. But overall, fun race and cool to see strategy for once come into play and be on the right side of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Adam, you've got, like I said before, your ninth top 5 of the finish, and before we let you go, buddy, we want to give you a chance to give your shout outs.
Well, shout out to my RMS teammate Doug Denise for I honestly think that's his first career points win in ECR. So congrats to him on that. Shout out to my other RMS teammates, Kent. He brought it home P6. Same with Anthony Ludy and Aaron Miller finishing 8th and 9th. So little hiccup with Carter. I think he had some connection issues again, so he had to exit early. But overall, everybody else, a solid top 10 run by the Revolution Motorsports team. And give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting, and hopefully we didn't keep you up too late tonight. And shout out to my sponsor, Boughton Enterprises, for being the title sponsor and being on the car.
Well, awesome, Mr. Boughton. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and we'll see you next week in Atlanta.
Take it easy.
All right, let me. Bailey, hey Tristan, Mike in the booth, man. How's it going?
Going pretty well.
Well, apparently getting in that our last caution there, getting involved in that kind of set up your strategy here since it went green, and you wound up coming home with a 2nd place finish. Started on the pole, had that EOL from the penalty last week, worked your way back through the field, and was contending there up front until that incident happened. What was your race like trying to recover from all those little hiccups?
Whenever I got in that incident with the one and my teammate Evan, I actually had to go down to fix damage. So I had like a minute 14 or something like that. I got a minute of it fixed, and the car was really, really tight on entry and loose, doing a little bit of damage, that 14 seconds worth. So like, well, you know what? It's a long race. On this first green flag pit stop, if we don't have a caution between there, I'm going to finish fixing it, and we're going to see where to go from there. So I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I fixed it, but I don't know what would happen if I didn't have fixed it. So, but I mean, I can't complain. Coming back to finish 2nd from all those issues is really good, and I'm fine with 2nd. I mean, Doug ran a good strategy, which, I mean, there's like, what, 5 of us on it, 4 of us on it? I don't know how many it was.
Yeah,
but
basically 3, the top 3 pretty much. And Furtick and Burden there were on the other strategy and just came up a bit short.
Yeah, I was like looking at it whenever they were still leading. I was like, I'm only 20 seconds behind you guys. If I didn't have that 14 seconds worth of damage, I've been right there with Ryan. I'm like, that's crazy. Ain't no way. But I think just hitting out a sequence though, it kept clean air more with me driving out there, so I was able just to hit my laps constantly and be precise with it. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's just a wild night. You know, I'll gladly take P2 off of this, and you know, I'll look into next week, or I think it's Atlanta next week, ain't it?
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God. That track. Which is the old version.
Yeah, another wild card track there. But yeah, I mean, you guys ran 234 laps tonight of amazing action. 200 in that last green flag run. Then you guys get to head off over to Atlanta. How are you feeling with the where the season is, and how do you think that's going to help you when you get to that chase?
It's all wishy-washy, you know, man. I mean, everybody resets, and looking at the point system they got for the chase, the wins don't really matter. It's all about just showing up every week and keeping the car clean, which I didn't do tonight at 8X, and then trying to win that in-season tournament to get some more points going into the chase. Hopefully, hopefully I can make the remaining of the races here. Hopefully I got nothing come up in life, and just be consistent, really.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats on your P2 finish. Anybody you want to thank before we get you out of here tonight?
Thank you guys for broadcasting. Thanks Adam and them for running the league. Wish we could do more long races like this more often. I really like them. My wife, my kids, and my mom, she's watching, and my teammates. It sucks for Tyler. He was up there at the front, right behind Dwayne, most of the entire race. So it sucks kind of when you run second the entire time, and then I know it's still not bad to finish fifth, but just from where you was running all race, it just sucks because you didn't get the close to the win or whatnot. But yeah, and Ryan had another good run. Sorry if I'm dragging this out, but Ryan had a good finish there. He had a good run, so kudos to him.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats again on your second place finish, and we'll see what you can do with that number 9 at Atlanta.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, Joe, I will bring down the race winner here.
Doug Denise, front row Joe in the booth, man. You've got your first win of the season in dramatic fashion. You won it on pit strategy. What's kind of going through your head right now, buddy?
Trying to breathe, Joe. Trying to breathe.
Yeah, we talked to Adam, and he said you were silent on the radio for probably about the last 15 minutes. So it's good to hear you talking.
Yeah, just had to hold your breath and focus in and not make any mistakes, because it was very sketchy all night.
Yeah, you were one of the few drivers that did not make many mistakes. You kind of stayed out of all the incidents, and you had a phenomenal pit strategy, which ended up getting you the win. And I do believe all but one of your teammates finished in the top 10. So it's gonna be a heck of a team point night. But kind of walk me through and go over that strategy call there on that lap 33 pit.
So we had that caution, and I had run some stints in practice where most people were going about 47, 48 laps. I was able to get to about 49 to 50-ish, kind of baby the throttle and run that bottom lane. Just saves just enough, kind of raise on through. And with it being right around that window being 200 to go, I just thought, you know what? It's early on in a really, really long race. If it goes green, it might pay off. And, well, it did.
Yeah, absolutely. We went just about 200 green flag laps, something that is almost unheard of on iRacing. So, really good job by you, the rest of your team, and the rest of the drivers out here for putting on a good show and running a clean race. We only had 2 cautions, which is phenomenal for a 234 lap race. And you got the win here for the tribute race to Kyle Busch. which I'm pretty sure means something to you as well. And we get to go to Atlanta next week. So what are your thoughts on going into next week's race?
Next week's going to be about survival, given it's the newer version of Atlanta, I think. So it's going to be just make sure you survive. And yeah, win goes to Kyle. I don't think he won in that Snickers scheme, so finally got a win in that paint job for him. Never really was that big on him when I was a kid, but time went on. I was kind of a closet Kyle Busch fan secretly for the last 10 years. So, yeah.
Well, Mr. Denise, am I first off, that's the one question I want to ask you. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Yes, you are. That is why there's a capital N. Kind of like the substitute teacher sketch from Key and Peele a little bit.
Okay, D-Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Close enough. Denise.
Close enough. Yes. You all good.
Well, Mr. Denise, before we get you out of here, man, who do you want to thank and who helped you get it done tonight?
Got to thank all my teammates for just dealing with me on a daily basis. Couldn't do it without them. Yeah, just fun league. Glad to finally put one of these together after about 3 years, I think, give or take. So, yeah. And I also design paint schemes. I'm on Facebook at Denise Designs, and I charge a $20 flat rate for a car. That also includes the spec map and unlimited revisions within reason.
Well, awesome. Everybody, make sure that you check out Doug Denise on Facebook. Get you a paint job and hopefully have some speed like he had tonight. So, Mr. Denise, congratulations on your win, and we will see you next week in Atlanta.
Yep.
Bring up the race results. Doug Denise, Tristan Bailey, Adam Boughton there are the top three. 234 laps, 357 miles, 19 lead changes among 8 different leaders. Only 2 cautions for 6 laps. Fastest lap of the race went to John Osborne. Dwayne Furtick, heartbreak in that number 51 machine as he led 75 laps, but couldn't quite bring home the win after strategy kind of threw a wrench in his plans. Hard charger Tyler Burden up 10 spots from where he started after not having the qualifying effort that he wanted. And we got Kent Mueller, Ryan McCall, Anthony Ludi, Aaron Miller, and Randy Meeks round out that top 10. But with that, anything you want to say before we get out of here, Joe?
Yeah, I just, what a spectacular race, right? We went 200 green flag laps of this 234 lap race. These guys did a phenomenal job. So, lots of kudos and lots of props to these guys. Just again, once again, thankful to be here, be a part of this show and, being able to give our viewers the best show we could possibly give, and big thanks to you for all you've done throughout our little time together, and just looking forward to keep building these connections, and yeah, that's probably about it.
Definitely, man. Well, I want to say congrats to Denise there to get his first points win. He did win the Clash here in ECR at the beginning of the season. Thought it was going to set him up for a good run. Kind of a little bit of heartbreak here and there, but strategy came through and he was able to get his victory. But with that being said, we're going to wrap it up here from Chicagoland. Next time you'll see the ECR drivers will be in Atlanta next week. A little bit shorter race, though. I'm sure they're not going to try and do 350 miles at Atlanta. But but with that being said, from all the drivers of the Boughton Enterprises, ECR NextGen Cup Series, and all of us here at Sim Racing Media, I want to wish you guys a good night, and we'll see you next time.